It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Welcome everyone to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. How many of you sometimes in your life need some help? And you didn't know where to go and where to turn to, and all of a sudden you found some place and someone who was there to help you. Well, that's what this show is going to be all about today. We're talking about helping people. And I'm very happy to be here at the Schuylkill United Way office. They have a great campaign for 2023, a lot of opportunities. But before we start, they're very thrilled and very happy to announce to you that we are now media partners with the Republican Herald. Of course, we've been media partners with the Standard Speaker for many years, but it's very nice to have the Republican Herald as our media partner. My friends, community news is important. Knowing what's going on in your neighborhood is important, and that's what the two of us do. We bring you as much information as we can. The Herald is your daily source for local news, events, police reports, and all that. And then when you need specific things that are happening, what do? You turn to your local agencies, okay, such as SSP-TV and the newspapers, the Standard Speaker or the Republican Herald. So we're thrilled about that. And I'm also thrilled to be here at the Schuylkill United Way. I'm seeing some people I haven't seen in a while, and one of them is Kelly Malone. Kelly, it's nice to see you again.
Thank you, Sam. Nice to see you,
I want to know, why is it that you girls get younger and I get older? I don't understand it.
I can't answer that.
Kelly is the executive director of Schuylkill Way, and she's joined by Michele Mickonis, right?
Yes.
And Michele is the board president, and it's interesting. Now, I said something interesting. How many agencies are you involved in the campaign?
Sam, we support 15 partner agencies here in Schuylkill County. And those 15 partner agencies, with the dollars that we give them, support over 65,000 people.
Wow.
So that's very important to us. It's kind of our base, and the more people we serve, the better off we are.
Some of those agencies are?
Some of those agencies are, we have Red Cross, we have BIGS, which is the Big Brothers Big Sisters program here in Schuylkill County. We have Avenues, which is UCP. We have Schuylkill County Society for Crippled Children. We have Child Development.
For example, you mentioned the Red Cross. I mean, they're there. When there's something happening, I don't know how they do it so fast, but they're there helping people. And just imagine if you're at home and there's a fire in your home, God forbid, all right? You never expected this. And all of a sudden, you're out of your home. Well, where do you go? What do you do? Yeah. So here they are, the Red Cross is there. They're going to provide you housing, at least temporarily. They're going to provide you clothes. These are things that people don't ever think are going to happen.
Exactly.
But they do happen. So that's one of the things in giving to the United Way is you're helping so many people, and you hope that you never need them, but the point is that they're there. That's why, and when you look at each one of these agencies, we could do a show on each one of them, right, Michele? We could do a show on each one as to what value they mean, okay? So when you're looking at the agencies, I know when I had a number of people on my show talking about the United Way campaign. All United Ways, no matter where they are viable and they're important. Wouldn't you say?
They are. We serve our community, and that's the first and foremost thing that I would like people to know. That became very evident during COVID. We got some dollars in through people that wanted to support COVID and wanted to help us. And what we did with those COVID dollars, we did a lot with it, but the main thing that we did with it is we started a new program. And that new program came to be and came to fruition because it was something that was needed. It's called the Nurses Pantry. So by listening to your community, which is what the one thing that I believe Schuylkill United Way does, they listen to their community and the needs in the community. And we started a new program during COVID, which I think is pretty, it's something that we really felt was needed.
Michele, as the, board president, okay, I always ask some people that are volunteering and helping other people, you have enough on your plate, okay? Why do you, get so involved, in United Way when you really don't have to?
For me, it was about obviously recognizing that the services that the partner agencies provide. In my place of employment, I've learned a lot of people, a lot of my coworkers actually have benefited from those services and share those stories. And I personally never have benefited from any of the services, but a while back, about 20 years ago, I had some struggles of my own, and I actually received some anonymous generosity, a gift that helped me greatly at that time. And when I met Kelly and got connected with everyone here at the Schuylkill United Way, I felt that it was something that I could do to pay it forward to others. So I believe in all the services that they provide, and I see the good work that's being done here locally.
You are a recipient in one way that the United Way was able to help, okay? Well, that's good. And that's, again, why we're here today, just to let the public know that, there are many agencies, my friends, that are there. And I like their theme is hope, and that's helping other people every day. That's what they do. Now, in order for them to achieve these objectives with the different agencies, you need a campaign goal, and it's like a budget that you have at home. You have a budget, you need to pay X amount of bills, well, you need X amount of income coming in to pay those bills. What is your goal this year, and how did you come to establish that goal?
Well, our goal is $1,165,000, and it just so happens that that is the amount that we raised last year during COVID. So the way that we come about our goal, once again, we listen to our community. We listen to our partner agencies, and they always communicate with us regularly. And the goal is what will help them meet their needs. And that's how we come about with the goal.
So that's based on needs, and that's how you get your number. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is that there are, in order to help people, make a donation, you have some campaign prizes.
We do.
And I like this. So let's talk about some of the surprises you when you give some money and you get a chance to win a prize. What are some of the heroes?
Well, Michele, I'm going to leave you talk about the prizes.
Let's talk about the prizes.
Michele is a past campaign chairperson.
Oh, yeah?
And she is our current board president, as you had mentioned. So she's very knowledgeable in regards to what the prizes are.
Yes. So this year, several of the dealerships are sponsoring the 2022 Chevy Trax. That is our top prize. And then there's also AAA, who has sponsored a vacation package valued at $1,600. Boyer's Markets has also generously donated 5 gift cards, total value $4,000.
See, that's interesting because, these people that you're mentioning, and I know you have, but you think people like Boyer's, okay, they've been always there for the community, even in the greater Hazleton area. They've been very responsive, and they're there giving back to the community. And, of course, the people who are on the automobiles. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's nice to see that you have this. And then there's 2 other ones here. Your company's giving some.
Yep, we're donating the Apple iPad.
Oh,
yep,
can I put down for that?
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
And the Weber gas grill?
Yep, by Haddisty's,
Yeah.
valued at $500. And then Lowe's is also has a, oh my gosh, snowblower. I couldn't think of it.
How does that work? Now, how do I qualify for these prizes? What do you do?
And so there's different levels, right, of
Yeah.
pledges that people can donate. So depending on the 4 different levels, how much your contribution is, you can have 1 to 4 tickets put in for the drawing.
Okay, so what are the levels?
Oh boy. Okay, so I know.
See, I'm asking these tough questions.
$2.
Hey, so if I'm out there saying, look, I would like to qualify.
$2, $4.
How much?
$2 a week, which equals out to $104 a year. And then
And I can qualify for some of these prices?
You can qualify for all of them.
You are
Yes,
kidding
Sam.
me.
Yep.
No, I'm not.
If I'm giving you $2 a week,
Yes.
Yeah.
Your name goes in one
One
time
time.
for this drawing.
and
for
if I'm
these
giving you
prizes.
$4 a week,
That's exactly.
Then it goes in two times.
Two tickets go in.
Now, this is going to be genius on my part. What if I give you $6?
$6 a
Okay,
week, you get three
See,
tickets.
folks, you thought I was stupid.
And $10 a week, which is $520, which is a pace setter.
Okay.
So a pace setter is our leadership giving club.
Oh.
And that's anybody that contributes $500 or more individually. You get 4 tickets in then.
That's well, you know, the interesting thing is you get an opportunity of doing that. Now, as you mentioned, the agencies, okay, who decides where the money is allocated?
We have a budget committee, and it just so happens that that budget committee will be meeting in December after our campaign has ended, and we know how much we have raised in our community for the 2023 allocations. The budget committee is comprised of about 19 people that live, work, and play right here in our community. I think the one thing that I find very interesting, and I am very proud to state, the Schuylkill United Way is an independent organization. And what that means is that we pay dues to United Way Worldwide to use our branding. But other than that, everything else is decided right here in Schuylkill County at a local level. And I like that because I think it allows, it shows ownership, but it also allows the people that are contributing here knowing that their dollars are staying right here in our community.
I find that interesting because there's a lot of people out there, they want to help people. And they don't know what to do, and some of them are blessed. God's been good to them, and you know they want to write a check out, but they want to make sure that this money is going to be used in a good way. All right, and believe me when I tell you, my friends, your money will be used in a good way this way. And let me tell you, you don't have to donate every week. If you want to make a blank check out for 50 or 25 or 100, they'll take any amount of money. Am I correct in saying
Yes,
this?
sir.
Any donation,
Yes,
etc.
sir.
So you know it's a good feeling to know that. Okay, so make a donation is UnitedWay.org. It's go to
SchuylkillUnitedWay.org. Yes, sir.
/donate, and it's on the screen. Anything else before we bring our other 2 guests on?
Just that, you know, we've worked hard for many, many years, and we make sure that, like you said, the dollars stay here. They are used for anything from infants to senior citizens that need meals. And it's something that the United Way is very proud to do. And I love what we do here.
I'm sure many of you out there have known some victims that have been in a fire or whatever organization that they represent. Some of you may have benefited from it. A great opportunity, if you can, to give back. So I could only say that we hopefully that people will understand what this really is involved, okay? And the money is distributed the best possible way that you can, right?
It sure is.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with 2 other guests right after this. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. Remember, 24/7, all of our shows on ssptv.com. I want to thank all of you who participated in a recent scientific poll that was conducted by Susquehanna Polling and Research. Once again, I'm very happy to say that you've made my show, the Sam Lesante Show, the #1 talk show in northeastern Pennsylvania. I appreciate it. Also, we've been very happy to see the increase in viewership in the Wilkes-Barre market, the Pottsville market, and of course Hazleton. We've been there for a zillion years. We're here at the United Way, Schuylkill United Way in Pottsville, and we're talking about their campaign, which is so important. We heard from Kelly and Michele the first part of this, and just trying to educate you as to what we're all about. Joined now by Becky Woods, who is the marketing director here at Schuylkill United Way, and Dr. Greg Koons. He's the assistant campaign chair and executive director of the Intermediate Unit number 29. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
We have a lot of good stuff to talk about, don't we?
We do.
All right, let's continue on what Kelly and Michele were talking about. Have you added any new programs over the last years?
We have. So we added the Nurses Pantry. It launched in the 2020-2021 school year. When everything shut down during the pandemic, it sort of gave us a little bit of time to hit pause and research some of the programs we had wanted to. And the schools had mentioned that there was a lot of absenteeism. Kids were missing school because they didn't have access to some basic hygiene items. So as a response to that need, Schuylkill United Way worked with the Schuylkill County school nurses, and we now provide lice kits, hygiene items, school-approved clothes, and snacks, which have proven to be very helpful. We're hearing from the school nurses, and so now it is in every elementary, middle, and high school in every school district in Schuylkill County.
And once again, here's a residual of happening of when you contribute and help United Way. What else does the Schuylkill United Way do in the community besides the annual campaign?
So another program that we've benefited from, I work for the Schuylkill Intermediate Unit. I'm a proud executive director there as well. And 2 years ago, we were contacted by the United Way regarding the Stuff the Bus program. And what's awesome about that, this just to give you an example, for 2022, they put together 2,115 backpacks with school supplies for all the students. So we have taken advantage of that the last 2 years. And you have students, who may have limited resources, and here day one of school, they have a backpack full of the resources they need. So just really great stuff.
It's one of many great things that happen, and
Yes.
and here it's giving back. The Stuff the Bus, that's interesting. Who came up with that?
It's a program that other United Ways run. Ours has been running now for 20 years. Originally, there was a bus that was parked at the Fairlane Village Mall. Literally, the bus was driven into the mall. Now, we have participation from over 100 businesses in Schuylkill County that run either internal employee campaigns or have a box where the public can drop off school supplies or book bags or both.
Okay, so Becky, you've been involved with United Way and talking to our audience here as to why do you think, a person who may never benefited from any of the agencies who should, help contribute and donate something to help the United Way? What do you think?
I think that's a great question. I think right now there's still a lot of anxiety and uncertainty, and the world seems so crazy, and we don't know maybe where to start, where to help. And the Schuylkill United Way and our 15 partner agencies address so many issues, so many concerns, so many challenges that a donation and support to the Schuylkill United Way has this ripple effect. So you can affect early childhood development, you could affect seniors receiving meals, you could receive employment skills for high school students to prepare them for the workforce. I mean, literally every type of crisis situation or age of person, ability, there is a program through Schuylkill United Way and our partner agencies. So if you're feeling anxious and you don't know how to help, this is a way that your money is going to go really to the greater good right here at home in Schuylkill County.
Because you see it every day.
Right.
Yeah. You see it every day. You know what's going on, just like Michele, and as she mentioned about the needs and why they're involved. Kelly, who is also, they see this every day. The need is there. Okay, your perspective, Greg, as to what the United Way is all about.
This organization listens to the community, see what they determine what the needs are, and they raise the funds needed, and they give back within the community. It all stays here, 100% of it. And we see it firsthand. Like I could tell you in my role in a leadership position, to see these resources in the hands of our students and our community members, there's nothing like it.
Yeah. I mentioned before about, just one of the agencies, and I don't mean to single one out, when you're talking about the Red Cross, where if we had some people here who were affected and were in some kind of tragedy, and there was the Red Cross and what the Red Cross did for them, as a testimonial, you would say, wow. And I would ask them this question: did you ever think in your life that you need the Red Cross to help you? And probably they would say, no, never thought about it at all. And all of a sudden that something happens, and here you are. If we didn't have the agencies, where would they turn? You know what I mean? In your situation. So when you're looking at that, am I correct in saying that?
Absolutely. And you know, Mike Joyce is our campaign chair, and he shared with the group about, it was an amazing story about, do you remember the I-81 crash?
Absolutely.
And you know, we had this snowstorm, the snow squall come through, and all these people were stranded, and United Way was there. And then Red Cross and all the other organizations coming together, putting these families up in hotels and giving them food and everything else. I mean, that right there is an amazing story.
That's a classic example, Greg.
Yes.
A classic example. You're driving down the interstate, you have no idea you're going to be involved in a horrific crash, and there you are, and here's United Way. If they didn't have these agencies, what were they doing? And that's what it's all about, really, wouldn't you think so?
Oh, I definitely agree. And so many of our agencies, whether it's Schuylkill Hope Center or SARC, they have the hotlines that operate 24/7. So those need to be staffed. And the Red Cross, I mean, they're on call.
I don't mean to just single the. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of agencies, my friend. 211. Okay, tell me about that.
So 211, it's run through the United Way of Pennsylvania, and each county is responsible for getting them the resources. You can call, you can text, you can go to their website, pa211east.org, cover Schuylkill County. When you call, you're going to talk to a specifically trained operator. It's confidential, and they will link you to local resources if you're a veteran, if you need food, if you need clothing, if you need job opportunities, or to know how to help find a job. And they're phenomenal. They have a new database where you can get real life stats, so you can see who are they referring to, what is the greatest need in the area that their operators are hearing. So that's a wonderful, it's a huge service for our area. We Schuylkill United Way also partners with Single Care, and it's a prescription assistance savings card. So it's not health insurance, but it will help you save up to 80% on your prescriptions if you qualify. You can go on their website. We have their cards here at the office. A lot of our partner agencies have it. And then Schuylkill United Way also administers emergency funding for various agencies in the county. We don't benefit anything. We don't receive any money for the EFSP dollars that come in, but we administer it sort of a checks and balance. So it's just a service that we do for the other agencies, sort of managing that income.
And the list goes on and on and on. The list goes on and on. I say, your involvement, Greg, in the Schuylkill United Way. How, why are you involved?
So like I said before, I see the benefits of this organization firsthand in our districts. We have 12 districts here in Schuylkill County. Something really I thought was really cool. It was a fundraising event. It was called the High School Challenge. It was the High School Football Challenge. We had over 1,200 people in attendance last year, raised over $27,000.
Wow.
Yes, for this one event.
Wow.
And you had healthy competition amongst these players, and obviously we always have food. We love food, so we had food sales and everything else to raise money.
You don't know what something means until you're involved. If you talk to a person who's involved in an organization and they're in a club, and you ask them about the club, I want to tell you about the club. They did this, they did that, and this club is, and so you just, and they're excited about because they're involved in the club. Well, when you're involved in United Way and what you're doing, and you see all the good things, I'm sure Kelly could talk for hours and explain, just a zillion stories. The goal is $1,165,000, my friends, and they determine that by the needs of the agencies. And we'd like to make that goal this year, particularly to help the people we need. I want to thank you for coming on the show. I'm sure we can go on and on, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Once again, I want to tell you, my friends, we're on Comcast 190. If you recall, back in 1999, we started on Channel 7 here on the Comcast system. Now we've been on 190 for years, and we're very happy to have as a media partner the Republican Herald, who is now our media partner. Every day you'll be able to see our programs, and hopefully you put this on your list. please consider giving something to the 2023 Schuylkill United Way campaign. It's very important for all of us. We'll see you next time.